Hello, and welcome once again to the Dental Marketing Mastery Series. This podcast is brought to you by dentalwebcontent.com and New Patients Incorporated. I'm Howie Horrocks, the founder of New Patients Incorporated. Along with me once again is my friend and partner and the president of New Patients Incorporated, Mark Dilatush. Hello, friends and neighbors. We're here once again with our podcast. I've got my good buddy Mark Dilatush on the other end of the line. Mark, how you doing?
Hey, Howie. I'm doing fine. Eagles are 3-0. They're going to rename the state of Pennsylvania to Wennsylvania. What is not to love, really?
It's a wonderful thing.
It's a wonderful thing. So, what are we going to do today? We are going to do, we're going to do two things, right? We're going to do the connection between the web, your website, and your practice management software.
That is a great topic.
It is a great topic. We are getting more and more interest in that. And we're getting more and more questions about that. So we decided, hey, you know what? Let's do a podcast and pre-answer all the questions.
Yeah.
And then there's another. This is more of a hot topic, and that is Google changed the rules a little while ago on your Google business page, and how that works and where your review link is. And so actually, let's start with that. Let's start with the important announcement. I think everybody in the audience knows that, we have a very large and we consider it a world-class internet department, and they build the websites, and they do the SEO setup, and they do the SEO ongoing, social media management, that kind of stuff. And one of the tasks that or one of the questions we always get from dentists is, do I really need SEO? Do I need somebody doing stuff every month to my website or my social media, or because my friend does SEO, and he said you can just set up SEO once and you don't really have to do anything. Okay.
No, that's bad advice.
No, I know, but dentists, come on, man. Dentists get bad advice all the time.
Yeah, okay.
From other dentists, mostly, right?
That was a perfect example of one. But anyway.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was. Anyway, so here's a great example. Okay, this is, if you have a company, you don't have to use our company. If you have we want you to use our company, but if you already have a website design firm and an SEO provider, and they've got your back, and you're spending, I don't know, maybe $600-700 a month. You're not one of these dentists that are spending, $2,000-4,000 a month. As long as you're getting a really good service provided for a reasonable cost, okay, then yes, the answer to your question is absolutely. If you're in even a reasonably competitive market, somebody has to be watching that asset, your website, on a continual basis and update it to constantly improve your competitive edge over the other dentists in your market. If you don't, what I'm about to tell you happens. Okay. A little while ago, you guys and gals are all familiar with your Google business page, your Google business listing. Your website probably has a little G, Google logo somewhere on it for visitors to click to go leave you a Google review. Well, Google changed the rules a little while ago, and they moved your cheese. Okay. Okay. So this is a great example, a wonderful example of why websites and internet strategies need to be maintained. They don't need to be, anguished over, right? They don't need to be top priority concern 30 days a month. But they do need, they certainly do need attention. So when Google changed the rules with your Google business page, all of a sudden you're asking your patients in your office to leave you a Google review. You've been told 1,000 times by SEO professionals and other dentists and us, okay, if you're our customer and you're listening to this, you know that we tell you every month to get more Google reviews. That's how important they are. That's how much they help you, right? Okay. But if you go to your site, if your site wasn't built by us and not maintained by us, if you go to your website and you click that little Google circle, where does it take you? If it doesn't take you right to your review area of your business page, whoever you're paying to watch your site isn't watching your site. Okay? That's a very, very important notice for everyone listening. Go click your Google circle on your website and make sure that your visitors or your patients are going to the right place.
What's been happening recently when a dentist clicks on that? Where might they end up after these Google?
On several different pages. It really depends on where they had it set up prior, but most of them are just simply going to a Google search for a dental. It's just going to a search screen.
Oh.
It's not going to, and then you have to go find the dentist website again. Okay,
that's bad.
Actually, it is bad. It actually brings up about 10 or 12 of your competitors.
Oh, joy.
Okay, after the visitor was already on your website. Okay,
this is getting worse by the minute here.
It is worse by the minute, right? But see, and you know what? If the right people are watching your back, if the right people have the right expertise and they stay abreast of all this and they hustle, when Google changes, man, you got to hustle, especially if you have hundreds of websites that you maintain and manage for your customers. Our team, they have to, they have to hustle and run around and change all of those destinations for those little Google circles on all the websites, right? Well, what we're finding is that hardly any other dentists are even aware of this. And what's even more scary is a lot of the dental SEO people are unaware as well. So yeah, so go click your Google circle and see where it takes you. And if it doesn't take you right to the review area of your properly connected Google business page, then you need to contact your website provider or the person who is watching your back for your internet strategy. So that is that's announcement number one. Number two is about connecting the Office practice management software with your practice's website. Now, let me tell you what I'm not going to talk about today. I am not going to talk about a free form that a visitor fills in to request an appointment that generates an auto-response email to your front desk person. That's not what I'm talking about. I am not talking about a promoted, is that a nice term? A promoted integration with your practice management software that still allows you to double, triple, quadruple. What's after quadruple book, Howie? What's
quintuple?
Quintuple book appointments. To me, that's not integration. That's mayhem.
Right.
All right.
That's turning over your practice to strangers.
Right. So we've been, and you know how passionate Howie and I are about answering your phones. Okay.
Yeah.
Right? And this integration between the practice's website and your practice management software is it's not going to completely solve the problem. It's not just for having the ability to have somebody make an appointment when you're not answering your phones, but that is certainly going to help. So basically, here's how it works. In your practice management software, you have columns. In your practice management software, you have providers. You have providers who are assigned to columns. So when you set this thing up, you basically say, well, what kind of patient appointments do I want to allow from my website? There you go. That's a good question, right? You don't want somebody booking an appointment for periosurgery, right? Or root canals, right? Or whatever. You don't want, what you really want booked from your website in 99% of the cases are only new patient exams and cleanings and established patient exams and cleanings, right? Maybe a couple of other ones. Like we have a customer, one of our favorite customers. She does a lot of work with tongue tie with babies, and so frenectomies. She may want to have that ADA code available to find the available appointments in her schedule. My point is you have control during the setup, and if your practice management software has columns and providers assigned to those columns, which it does, okay, then when a visitor to your website, a new patient comes in to your website, let's say your website is well done, it walks them through the emotional stages of making a decision to choose a dentist, like it should. And at the end, it says make an appointment online, and they click it, and up comes a confirmation, because you want to confirm their email. You want to make sure it's a real live human being before you book the appointment, of course. And you give them the options. Are you new to our practice, or are you a patient of record? They choose, let's say they choose new, and it gives them the ability to choose what kind of an appointment, and that's all set up by you, whatever time length, whatever column, whatever provider. And when they click new patient appointment and exam, it brings up to them only the openings for that provider for that assigned column into the future, and as far into the future as you want, which is
that's pretty cool.
Right. It's a key concern by many schedulers, that they want the time to follow up with the new patient on the telephone to see if their insurance is a match, to see if they have any concerns, to see if they have 5 teeth or 28 teeth. I mean, you haven't even talked to this new patient yet, right? So you can tell in the rules when you set it up, you just say, look, just show appointments that are more than 36 hours out into the scheduler. So if I'm the website visitor, up comes the available appointments. Let's say it's, what's today, Friday, Howie?
Yep.
So let's say 36 hours of office time. So it's not even going to show me Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. It's going to start showing me Thursday and Friday of next week. So it brings up Thursday, and the available appointment times are 9:30 in the morning or 3:30 in the afternoon, whatever. And then I click whatever is convenient for me. And it brings my information and drops it right into your scheduler in your office, and sends an email out to whoever you want to send that email to, whether it's the doctor or the doctor and the office manager, or the scheduling coordinator, whoever you want that notification to go to, so that when they come in on Monday morning, there's a list of new patients who have made their appointment on your website. Okay. Now, here's a really nice use of this. It's really for your established patients for their recare appointments as well, especially all those inactive patients. I would encourage everybody listening to this podcast to go right now and go run an overdue recare list for the last 12 months. Do October 1st, 2015 to October 1st, 2016 if you want. Okay. And go look at the number of humans on that list. There's going to be 400 or 500 or 600 or whatever. Imagine sending them an email and letting them know, here's the URL to my website. You can make your appointment right online.
Yeah.
Right?
Very convenient.
Mom can make an appointment in your office on a Saturday on her phone while she's at the soccer game.
Yeah.
Literally, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Mom can see this is, I'm not going to say this is life-changing. Okay. That's not what it is. But man, it's going to close a lot of those phone calls that are going to voicemail that'll always end up as hang-ups. Those are your new patients and some of your established patients, by the way. And it's really going to free up the scheduling coordinator at the front desk if, say, 30% of your existing patients, they just make their appointments online for their next exam and cleaning. They don't even call it. Nobody in your office even has to talk to them.
Pretty low labor.
Yeah. Well, your scheduling coordinator can actually engage patients in direct eye-to-eye communication. So yeah, this is real. This exists. We're gonna run through it in a few of our offices. We are right now actually getting it installed in a few of our client offices, and we're going to be excited. Once this little process of doing final testing is over, we'll let you know, and hopefully all of dentistry will have it. Because man, wouldn't it be cool if dental patients all over could make their, how many more appointments would be made?
Right.
I mean, the number is staggering. Okay. So, and you know what, from our standpoint, yeah, we are, what's the word I'm looking for? We are selfish. Okay. We've been screaming. Well, we've been nicely screaming, but we've been screaming at the top of our lungs to answer your phones. 20% of your, or 19% of your calls aren't getting answered. Man, Howie and I would love to see that number drop to 15%.
Yeah.
Right? Then 13%, then 12%, because you opened up your website as a gateway for appointments being made to your practice management software. Right. So anyway, those are the two big things today. Go click the little Google circle on your website and see where it goes. And if it doesn't go where it's supposed to go, you can go harass the people who manage your website. And then just start thinking about the possibilities of connecting your website with your practice management software. Okay. It is, here's what we found. We found that the doctors are most concerned with things like double booking and, patients being able to make appointments for things that they don't need, or, okay, the dentists don't have to worry about that because you totally and completely control your schedule and what people can and cannot make appointments for from your website. The schedulers that we've talked to, the business administrators, the people on the front lines, they came to us with all kinds of cool questions. And actually, most of them were concerns. How much time do I have to reach out to the new patient? I think that was the first concern, to make sure that we're not booking appointments that are going to piss people off or blow out our schedule because the insurance coverage isn't a match for our office or what have you, or they're really looking for X and we're really providing Y. That was a biggie. But again, you have total control. So you tell the setup how far out you want to offer appointment openings, so you have that time. Wouldn't it be cool to show up in the morning and have 6 new patients just sitting there waiting for you?
Yeah, that would be very cool.
They're already in your schedule.
Yeah.
They already told you what day and time. You don't have to have that conversation. Anybody listening to this podcast right now who works the front desk of a dental office has had that experience of the patient who says, do you have anything around 1 o'clock on a Tuesday? And then you go through your scheduler and you find Tuesday and 1 o'clock, and then you say, well, the next available Tuesday at 1 o'clock is November 5th. You know what? Tuesday's no good. I just remembered. Do you have anything on Fridays at 10? And then the scheduler looks in the schedule, and then blah, 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 blah. And then they say, well, yeah, Wednesday at 2 o'clock on this date. Oh, no, that's just before Thanksgiving. I can't do that. Do you have anything? And then the conversation just goes on and on and on and on. Okay?
Yeah.
It drives you crazy up at the front desk. Well, this is the patient taking their time to select from only the available appointments that are in your schedule for that provider, for that column in your schedule, for that particular procedure. They're using their time, not your time, to do that. Okay? Talk to anybody who's ever scheduled dental appointments at the front desk, and they're probably smiling right now because they know this happens every day, 5 times a day, and it drives me crazy. So anyway, that's our podcast for today. Howie, do you have anything?
No, not particularly. I'm just really excited about this. Like you said, we're beta testing it, I guess, and it's different than other similar products on the market. It's very different.
Yeah, it's not a form. It's not an email. It literally is your openings in your schedule based on your rules presented on your website to only the right people. That's basically what it is, and it's really nice. So anyway, we're
pumped about it.
Yeah, we'll come up with more stuff on it as soon as we get it, as soon as it passes muster, which for all intents and purposes it already has. So until next time, have a great week.
Yeah, thank you. We hope you've enjoyed our podcast today. You can find more podcasts on our YouTube channel, on Stitcher, and iTunes. Also on our websites, dentalwebcontent.com and newpatientsinc.com.